Alright, good day class. So welcome to our lesson 1 in the introduction of the SOCSCI5S. I'll show you my PowerPoint presentation for the social sciences and applied sciences. Since you already encountered about the social sciences from your grade 11, I think second semester, so that is SOCSCI disciplines and ideas in social sciences, but on this part is the applied social sciences. So additional view of the applied social sciences. So for our learning objectives is we will clarify the relationships between the social sciences and the applied social sciences. So the three applied social sciences. And also we should cite the differences among the applied social sciences. So as a review, what is this social sciences? So social science, so come from the word social, that means relating to human society and how it is organized. While science is the study of the physical and the natural world and the phenomena itself, especially by using a systematic observation and the experiment. So as a combination of this one, it is the study of the society as a manner in which the people behave and influence the world around us. So I'll just transfer my face here because it looks good. So again, the study of the society and a manner as a whole of the people that behave and influence the world. So we have here the four major disciplines of the social sciences. So the first one is the anthropology. So anthropology studies the origins and the cultural and the physical characteristics of the human being. So as you can see here from the picture, so there is an anthropologist studies the human bone. So where does our human being was originated? So there is a theory mentioned by Charles Darwin, or the theory of evolution. So from an ape, the bar or monkey, so we are evolved from this part, which is not, because we are the higher form of animals, unlike the gorilla. So another definition of the or describes anthropology are the beliefs, the community, the cultural, ethnography, or the study of the ethnicity, marriage, intimacy, sexuality, life cycle, families, identity, so on and so forth. So those are the following that would describe also about anthropology. The second one is the political science. Political science studies the state and its basic elements such as the people, territory, and the government and the sovereignty. So as you can see here is one of the most important thing in the law, right? So sa mga lawyers, so could remember saying the order of the court, or could you please state to me the what case is that according to the law, the articles, or like that. And also one of our current president, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, and also the 1987 Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines are important in the study of political science. So I think it is one of your subjects, right? Major subjects in Hume's grade 12, which is the PS1S. So another explain political science is the president, the diplomacy, education, liberal, democracy, power, so on and so forth. So that is according to political science. Third, geography studies the world, its people, and its communities. From the word geo, that means land, it studies the world, the whole world, who are the people living in the world, and the different communities. Excuse me. Next is the sociology. So it is a systematic study of the society and the social relations. So compared to anthropology, anthropology is the study of culture. Sociology is the study of the different societies. As you can see here on the picture, so there is a different society of Asian. So there could be some Japanese, Filipinos, Korean, Chinese, Thais, so on and so on. Or a within a society, in the common basic society, which is the family. So our other described sociology is the globalization, inequality, gender, culture, theory. Research is very important, is common in the social science or the sociology, religion, migration, feminist, all girl power, or nationalism and economies, race. So that would explain all about sociology. So one of the founder of the sociology, father of sociology is Acosta Comte. So he is a common sociologist that has a lot of contribution in the study of sociology. Fifth is the psychology. So it studies the human mind and our behavior. So why is it that person is not socialized? Because he is in he or she is introvert or extrovert. So introvert, that means he loves to being with himself only alone or herself alone. Extrovert, she cannot live without her or his friends or his families, go outside like that. So it depends of our mind and our behavior. That is according to psychology. So according to psychology, other explanations or to explain is our behavior, emotions, the behavioral problems, could also have some problem solving, sensory, depression, symptoms, mind, social wellness, and so on. That talks about all our mind or brain and behavior. One of the founder of psychology is Wilhelm Wundt. So that is the father of psychology. So also, another one of the academician is Alan Benedict Bernard, who is a cognitive psychologist, so a scholar from Department of Science and Technology that would also focuses on the human mind and behavior. Sixth is the economics. It analyzes how individuals interact within the society to address the major issues about the use of economic resources for the production and exchange of goods and services. So again, economics talks about these goods and services, so the demands and supply, these numbers. So that's it. Economics also talks about um, budget, gross, accountant, check and check it, industry, inflation, world economy, currency, and so on. Seventh is the history. It studies the past to better understand the contemporary society and anticipate the changes and developments in the future. So another discipline in the social science is this history. So what happens from the past, diba? So one of my subject that I encountered when I was in college, this is the Philippine history. So what was happening during that time from the past on our Philippine culture, about our national hero, Jose Rizal, like that. Founder of history was Herodotus. So he is the father of the history in the whole world. Yes, also that talks about our Philippine history, our different national heroes, such as our commonly national heroes, Jose P. Rizal, and some other what happened on the Philippines history. Eight is the demography. It studies the population changes and the trends, including the migration or from movement of from this place to another place or this another country, from rural to urban areas, the urbanization and the human ecology, and the population and its relationship to the whole development. As you can see here from the picture is the demography of the population among gender of the male and then the female. So mostly um population ba ito siya? But on our population is female, di ba? Ang karamihan na mas marami. Sige siya. Demographic, for example, demographics of the world, such as on their, based on their religion. So mostly, Islam on this part, on the Middle East part, then this blue one, or is Catholic or Christianity, so mostly in the Europe, and also our country, Philippines. So what do 7 billion do? So 1.9 are too young to work or ages 0.15. So that is why, di ba, on the our current population, so there is a rising of people because of the Not because it's a teenage pregnancy. So below ages 15 are now getting pregnant because they are engaging of the premarital sex. And then unlike 1.7 billion are working in some services, while 1.4 are working in agriculture, then 800 million work on the industrial jobs, 577 million are now older or more than 64, then unemployed are 430 million, and then over 40, 400 million are businesses or entrepreneurs. So one of the mother of the Asian demography in the DOST, as one of our national scientists, is Mercedes Concepcion. So he is the mother of all Asian demography, so in the entire Asia. So coming from, you're proudly a Filipina. So that is our queen, mother of the Asian demography. Next is linguistics. So that is part in the social sciences, that from the word linguist or the scientific study of the language. Like for example, in the phonetics, where speech sounds, the phonology, the phonemes, morphology, the words, the syntax, the phrases and their sentences. The semantics are the literal meaning of the phrase and sentences, and the pragmatics is the meaning in context of the discourse. So that is the linguistics. Yeah. So that would also help on our preservation of the culture, our language. So the Filipino language, and then more universal language, which is the English. So the father of modern linguists was who was named Ferdinand de Saussure. I forgot to pronounce his surname. So Saussure. That is a French surname, I think. So yun siya. Next is law. It studies the rules formulated and implemented by the governments, uphold order and equitability in the entire society. So after you proceed your 4 degree course, just like for example, I have a friend, our class tutorial when I was in elementary. She took a BS in psychology, and then after that 4 years, so she proceeds to law and is now a lawyer. So one of our youngest classmates during that time. So she's a lawyer now at the age of 24. So yan siya. So for categories of laws, it will be more um, explained if you proceed to law. So corporate law, the lawyers who take care of the business legal boundaries. Criminal law, that ensure that every citizen to abide by the laws. Energy law, oversee the taxation of the energy and approving licenses to the industries. And in the international law, that lawyers improving the relations of the one nation with also another nation or country. Next is the public administration. So it is a field that deals with the implementation of the public policies and the government agencies that enact this. So public administration, from the word public, it mostly works on the government or in the city hall. So here in the Panabo City, so there is what we called as Bachelor of Science in Public Administration or BPA that was offering at the Davao del Norte State College or the DNSA, because that is a SUC or a state university and colleges. So they offer BPA or this public administration. So it talks about the government, the offices, the businesses, professional. So yun siya. Next is social work. It is concerned with determining the needs of every people in a certain community, linking them to the appropriate parties who will provide them these needs and helping them acquire skills to independently address future problems, just like for example among animals, diba? Or the elderly care, or those sa mga pulube, or yung mga PWD or person with disabilities or differently abled person, or this environment or the nature. So this is social work. So here in the Panabos, there is also a school that offers BS social work, a new course, also same from the DNSC. But here in our school, so we have this partnership about community extension that we call as the Gawad Kalinga or the GK Nanyo. So I experienced that going on that Village or Children's Village and the Maryfield Children's Village that was collaborated by a foreigner from Germany or German, and then they take good care of children or young one. So that would also explain the knowledge, diversity, empowerment, professional practicum or engagement, so on and so forth. Next is communication, deals with the processes of the human communication and discuss how the message are interpreted based on their political, cultural, economic, and the social context. So that is the communication. So how you will communicate with other people or on the entire world, such as the social media, diba? So that is one of the main platform today because of this COVID-19 pandemic. So the mass media would be the business, the television, the news, daily news, digital, online, diba? So radio, journalist, yun siya. Next is the environmental planning. So encourages individuals to make decisions that maintain the balance between the human and the natural resources. So this was a picture when so I am the advisor from the Envirothon. So Envirothon is a school organization here at Panabo College that saves our environment. So we plant trees. So ito yung along the highway sa may valley, sa ano yun, Ibanez. So we plant trees on that area. Next, social policy concerned with how societies respond to the needs of the people and usually focusing on the economy. Next, statistics involves the collection, the organization, and the analysis of the numerical data. So in my school, university at University of Southeastern Philippines, so we offer Bachelor of Science in Statistics. So ito siya is very important in conducting research, diba? In your research subjects or when you reach college or your thesis. So statistics is one of the results with a specific study or research study that is a collection of the data and organization and analysis. Now we are done with the social science. So what is applied social science? So the keyword here is applied. So we all have three applied social sciences. So the social science applied is the study of the society that we live in, the relationship between the people have within that society. So these are the counseling, the social work, and the communication. So we already mentioned it a while ago. So counseling, so ma-relate ito siya sa psychology, di ba? Or there's a course of BS in guidance and counseling. So those professionals who is expert in counseling process, di ba? How they studies the mind or the behavior of an individual. Next is the social work. So yun siya. Sila yung mga tumutulong sa mga pagkikipagkawang-gawa or any other private or NGOs, diba? Or the government, diba? And then communication, so that focuses on the language itself. So again, counseling provides the guidance, it helps and support the individual. Then social work are the practitioners that help individuals and the entire families to improve their collective well-being. And then communication are such as journalism, new and current affairs, and the mass communication. So yun siya. So here on this video, so kindly watch this presentation or video from the YouTube to gain more knowledge about the applied social science. So that's a wrap for our first lesson for the SOCSCI5S. So see you this Thursday for our next Google meeting. Yeah, collaboration of the Google meeting. So please prepare because I will ask each of you for our oral recitation about this introduction. And don't forget to be on time, 2:30, and have our energizer. So thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye. See ya. And by the way, we will have a game pala about this social sciences and or general info about social science and applied science entitled the Family Foods. I will just share it to you on the next meeting. Bye guys. See ya.